only good bug is a dead one.
Welcome to the Hive. We are now playing as Grimwall, who we have seen on the comic that young Max has been reading. And we've also seen him on a poster or two dotted around the place.
This is truly the mother of all evil.
Why we are here right now, I guess we will find out soon enough.
Warning. Attempted breach of security barrier by unidentified being. Recalibrate ID harness before entering field.
This thing has some kind of mechanical harness. Wearing this harness, perhaps they'll think I'm one of them. It's worth a try. This building appears to serve some special function.
Nice.
ID confirmed. Drone Guard class, Sector 7. Proceed. Drone Guard class not permitted within the Queen's chamber. Entry denied.
Grap. I could barely see the ground through all the clouds. A handsome young Cyclops. I hope he can help me.
By the Makers! Grimwall! You're Grimwall! But what are you doing here? Why have you returned to us? I thought Gromna had everything under control.
Grimwall? Is that my name? I don't remember much. Just waking up in this hive and having to battle a few insectoids. I had to use this strange device that I found on the large one, just to pass their security forces.
It's an ID harness. Gromna built them for the insectoids since they lost their sight. With that on, you look like another bug to them. That's why they're not swarming all over you. Look, my name is Graven. We need to talk more. But until the work slows down, I'm stuck here. Afterwards, I'm going back to my pod. We can meet there. My pod's globe code is Grenisser. Use it if you need to get in there for anything.
I wondered what that sound was with the baby crying, and then I've noticed this baby crying just here.
The insect is performing a grotesque experiment, putting bits of machinery into the child.
Lovely.
And then this rotates.
This monster is also half machine.
Okay, now.
Who are you?
TikTok. Cybernet technician.
Is he wearing a wig?
What is your function?
To integrate cybernetic enhancements to the flesh.
Yeah, this doesn't match up with this. Here it looks like he's got a wig on, and here is some wires and a light.
Who designed these robotics?
Gromna, honorable assistant to Her Majesty.
I require my ID harness to be upgraded.
Upon whose authorization will I grant this procedure? You delay in your response. I am busy. Return when you can produce the proper authorization.
An insectoid pincher. The edges are sharp. A great machine of some sort. Its size alone speaks of untold power. A large hut. Looks like someone's living quarters.
Password.
Grap.
Entry denied.
Okay, so that is not Graven's quarters, but Grimwall does not know that.
A small hut. A defense mechanism for Graven's pod.
Password.
Grenadier.
Enter.
The heater! It's alive! A sledgehammer should come in handy. Graven's tools. Wonder if Graven has any good crystals.
And now, our breaking story this evening. During a helicopter sweep in the search for another missing child in the troubled remote community of Warrendale, authorities were startled to discover what appears to be a gigantic insect hive attached to Mount Sanitarium close to the ancient mechanical ruins. Details are sketchy at this point, but some sources have estimated that the visible portion of the hive is only a small part of the greater whole. More details on this breaking story as it develops. In an attempt to halt the infestation of the insect horde that is sweeping across our nation, leading entomologist Gromna will lead a team to infiltrate and examine the ever-growing hive. When asked why he was risking his own life on this mission, Gromna simply replied that he was willing to sacrifice anything to stop the infestation. When he heard the news, President Agris said, "Gromna is truly a great man, and we all wish him much success." Today, the nation breathed a collective sigh of relief as word from Gromna finally reached our closest outpost to the hive. Gone for months and presumed dead, it turns out that Gromna's team is not only alive, but they have found a method to slow the horde's infestation. Remaining near the hive, the team will continue their research in an attempt to stop the horde.
Hi, Graven. I guess you're not in. You must be out helping Gromna save the world or something. I just wanted to tell you that I love you, and I miss you. And I really look forward to you coming back to me soon. Goodbye, sweetheart.
Oh, how sweet. After some very horrifying news.
The glow from within must be some large fire.
Not so many. Slow down. Too many and the machine will overheat.
Bugs flying up that tube. Where does it lead? The insectoid's abominable furnace. This insect is hooked up to a machine, and the levers must control the furnace. The insects are pumping a bellows to control the furnace.
Wait, hold on.
They're dropping cyclopean babies into the furnace.
Okay, that's not a good thing, I take it. They look rather large for babies.
This pipe has been fixed recently, though not too well.
I know this doesn't make much sense right now, but there are some tenuous links to what's going on in Max's life in the real world.
A sledgehammer should come in handy.
Drones, start the bellows. Seal the pipe. To continue pumping with that damage would overheat the furnace.
With that bug gone, I can reach the controls. I'll shut down this abominable furnace.
One of the first links that we know about is, I'm guessing this is some kind of sacrifice of children?
The mechanized arm survived the fire. I wonder if it can be used against the beasts. This is more complex than I imagined. There appear to be many controls, all interrelated.
This is definitely not one of my favourite puzzles. What we have here is what is this? A dragonfly? We have some shapes on the left hand side here. We can move this switch up and down. We have these dials which change the colour of these lights. and these buttons here, which bring up the wings, up and down. And as you can see, they change the shape. Well, they change what shows on these lenses just here. What we need to do is manipulate these colours and wings to create these shapes on here. This selects what's on the left wing, and this selects what's on the right wing. This is going to take a couple of minutes, and it's going to take a bit of concentration to get through this quickly, so I may be silent throughout. So we start off. Okay, this starts off. As you can see here, we have matched up these symbols just here. And that is that. That was a little bit more painless than I was anticipating. Trying to do this puzzle originally was a nightmare.
No more genocide today, monsters. No more embers will be delivered now. I'm certain I'll find Graben resting in his pod.
Even doing it just then was quite stressful for me. I'm not the biggest fan of logic puzzles, as I'm not very logical.
There you are. I was beginning to get worried. I thought something terrible might happen to you at the furnace, especially since your memory is gone.
No, I don't remember much of anything. I wouldn't even know my own name if you hadn't told me.
Every Cyclopean child knows the name of Grimwall. You're the great hero of the War of the One.
War of the One? Can you tell me about it?
Oh my. You are confused, aren't you? The War of the One was a pivotal point in the history of our people. For years, we had fought the insectoids, neither side gaining ground as the planet was ravaged by countless battles. The Makers, creators of all and of nothing, watched silently for many years before taking action. They spoke to the leaders of both sides through grand visions, declaring that there was to be one final battle for supremacy. The victor would rule the planet, and the defeated race would be forced underground, never to return to the surface again.
We won?
Yes, thanks to you. You destroyed nearly a third of the troops, all by yourself.
If we won, then why are these things back above ground?
No one really knows. Actually, no one really believed the story of the War of the One, or thought that there were any insectoids. Until now.
How could they not know? They seem to have a news service and a, well, television screen that will receive this news service.
That evil machine will be silent for a while.
Evil? It's just a furnace, isn't it?
The thing was burning children, Graben. Cyclopean children.
What? But how can this be? Gromna would never allow such a thing to happen.
Gromna? That's the name the bugs were using at the furnace. They said he's giving the orders to burn the children's bodies.
That's absurd. He's my mentor. A brilliant entomologist. He'd never...
What?
Entomologist. He's our foremost specialist on insects. That's why the Peace Council chose him for this mission.
Mission? What mission? What the hell is going on here?
We were sent here to examine this hive a few months ago. We were captured, but Gromna convinced the Queen to put aside her plans of conquest and negotiate a peace treaty. Since then, it's been peaceful for both sides. In fact, tomorrow is the day that both leaders will meet to sign the treaty.
I tell you it's true, Graben. Something is terribly wrong here, and I think that this Gromna person is somehow involved. You must help me.
I'm sorry, but I can't. Not unless you have some physical proof to back up these wild accusations.
Very well. If proof is what you want, then that's what you'll get. Graben, Chick-Tock requires authorization to upgrade my ID harness. Who can do that?
Normally, Gromna is the only one who can authorize such upgrades. But with the increased activity in the Queen's chambers, he remains there almost exclusively. I think we can fool Chick-Tock if I make my position sound important enough.
What should I say?
Tell him that your authorization comes from Graben, protege of Gromna, honorable assistant to Her Majesty. That should do it. Take my advice. That harness you're wearing won't get you past every security device. You might want to see the cyber technician for an upgrade.
We've just spoken about that. As we can see, there must be some sort of broadcast servicing, so how could they not know about this massive war that happened?
Who designed these robotics?
Gromna, honorable assistant to Her Majesty.
Where is he?
He is within the Queen's chambers. Since it is the eve of retribution, there is much preparation required. His plan must be executed perfectly.
Eve of retribution?
Are your memory pathways in need of service? The eve of retribution is known by us all. As of tomorrow, we will return to our rightful position as the dominating race of the planet. Under the guise of peace, we shall collect a debt that has been unpaid for decades.
What plan do you speak of?
Your memory banks must be fluctuating. Gromna has seen the error of his kind's ways, and has come to aid us in our desire for revenge. With his gift of cybernetics, we shall once again rule the surface.
How will this gift aid us? Are we not mighty enough to conquer the Cyclops without them?
Without the speed of cybernetics, we would be vulnerable to the nuclear fire which the enemy controls, incinerated before we even reach the city. But with the aid of cybernetics, we will be swarming within the walls of the capital before their hands can even reach the launch buttons. The dawn will bring the age of the insectoid. It is inevitable.
I require my ID harness to be upgraded.
Upon whose authorization will I grant this procedure?
Graben, protege of Gromna, honorable assistant to Her Majesty.
Graben, hold while I search my databanks for confirmation. My records indicate that Graben is the assistant to Gromna. However, his authorization alone is not enough. I will need to verify that you are of sufficient age to be placed within the Royal Guard. Proceed to limb scanner for positive age identification.
Some kind of scanning unit. opening is far too small for my arm. An insectoid pincher. The edges are sharp. This isn't working.
Okay, how about this one?
The furnace operator's mechanical limb.
Age requirements verified. Upgrade authorized. Step forward to have ID harness upgraded. Prepare for upgrade treatment.
Treatment? What treatment?
A treatment. They found a way to slow down the disease. It says here that a Dr. Morgan was ultimately responsible for developing the DNAV treatment. Didn't you study with the Dr. Morgan back in med school?
I was still a sophomore when he earned his doctorate.
Well, the treatment's called HOPE. It's supposed to decelerate the growth of the DNAV, almost doubling the lifespan of affected children.
The Aztecs found a way to survive the plague of Quetzalcoatl without conventional modern medicine. Well, hey, if Morgan is close to a cure, a true cure, then maybe he can use another set of hands. Maybe it's time to pack up here and go home.
Dizzy. Can't concentrate.
What's Quetzalcoatl got to do with this?
Looks like an operating table.
Are they saying mother in the background? I just realised I went to the wrong place. We need to return to this doorway just here.
Royal Guard class confirmed. Enter.
Yes! By the Maker! These are Cyclops babies!
Dr. Morgan? What test is this?
Ah, Max. You're just in time. This is a test of the subject's threshold. The serum will travel directly to the neurotransmitters of the brain and without actually harming the monkey, cause it to feel excruciating pain all over its body.
What? Well, that's not an experiment! It's torture! What possible purpose?
When you outrank me in lab years, Max, you can question the methods. I see the potential fruits of our research, and that justifies the means. A valuable lesson in scientific research, Max. In layman's terms, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
What in the name of the Maker?
That poor chimpanzee.
If allowed to mature, these vile insectoid grubs would overrun the world. This Cyclops is half bug. Who are you?
Gritza.
Gritza?
Yes, that's my name, Gangplank.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
From Team Ream.
Team? What team is that?
Research team sent to examine insectoids. Gromna, the leader, the betrayer.
The betrayer?
Gromna? He was your leader and betrayer? How did he betray you?
Betrayer. He did this to me. my body, not Cyclops anymore. Half beast. His experiments left me off for I am a freak now.
What has he done to you? What experiments?
His quest wants to live forever. These insects as the answer.
What? I don't understand. What answer? What are you doing here?
My duty to the Queen.
What duty is that?
Tend the young ones. They are fragile children. So young, but those of joy.
These bottles have children in them?
Clones, grumnas, pests.
So we have children being sacrificed, a scientific person who is also a leader, and a betrayer.
A tube or tunnel of some sort. I wonder how it can be activated. No, my strength will break the bottle. I need something to cut it free. Grap. An insectoid pincher. The edges are sharp. I brought you the proof you asked for, Graven. Are you going to help me?
By the Makers. Yes, of course. I suppose we should search Grumna's pod. Come on. I have his globe code.
I've seen your fellow team members in the Queen's chambers. Grumna has interchanged their lower bodies with insectoid anatomy.
What? I haven't seen them since. We must save them!
I'm sorry, Graven, but their minds are gone. It's too late.
May the Makers preserve their souls.
What's the globe code, Graven?
Immortal. That's the word to unlock the door.
Password.
Immortal.
Enter.
What are those?
They appear to be schematics of some kind. Judging by the shape and general mass, I'd say they were diagrams of the Great Machine.
Great Machine? What's that?
It's the huge round piece of machinery that sits on the edge of the Hive. Some say it was left there by the Makers themselves. Others think that it's a power source of some type. It used to emit a weird humming noise, but now it remains silent.
What?
According to these notes, 2 parts may have been removed to aid the insectoids. I need to visit the Great Machine and see for myself.
These designs, I do not understand them. Grumna's notes. They say that the sound generator will open the worm transport tube. Mutilated grubs. What is Grumna doing with them? A locked cabinet. I suspect that the traitor keeps something important within. Grap. A locked cabinet. I I suspect that the traitor keeps something important within. This pillow appears to be rather lumpy. Aha! A key! A key! A control device. It seems to be generating an odd sound.
That is a sound generator that was recorded on the the chalkboard. And Gravin says that there are 2 missing parts to this machinery.
Have you figured out the purpose of the machine?
Part of it. But I need time to properly study it. Gromna has removed 2 pieces from it. Generators of some kind. I need to attach the missing pieces to get the machine running again. Unfortunately, only Gromna knows where they are.
Now that we have this sound generator, it's time to go on a little trip.
A sound generator. Must I pass through the bowels of the monster?
Hello, my children. Yes, Father is here. Father is here. Yes, my children.
Oh, they're saying father, not mother.
Is this all the body of a single beast? Caged Cyclops children! What have they done to this poor fellow? He's got an insectoid body. Who are you?
I am Grundle, and you are?
I am Grimwall.
Grimwall, the hero? Too late to save us now, hero.
Where are you from?
Research team. Sent to investigate the insectoids.
Sent by who?
Council of Peace sent us to stop the plague of insectoids.
Plague? You mean the insects were going to take over the cities below?
Yes. Until Gromna came up with his plan.
You mean the peace treaty?
Peace treaty? Hell no. He's helping the bugs get stronger with those cybernetics. They're going to attack during the meeting for the treaty.
What? I must warn the council before it's too late.
Already too late. Too far away from the city. Our poor people are doomed.
Gromna is a traitor!
Traitor and a butcher. He did this to me. Said he didn't want me to run away. Said I stay here forever.
Team? What team is that?
Council of Peace sent us to stop the plague of insectoids.
What are you doing here?
I feed the clones.
These aren't real children?
Real enough for the queen to feed on.
By the Makers!
The makers cannot help us now.
Even the doorway is blocked by a living wall of worms. The grubs make noise. For what purpose? These grubs are making some kind of faint noise. I wonder... Ugh!
During the cutscene, when Gromner walked through the door, we heard a series of noises, and we also heard some noises when we spoke to the clones. So this is a sequence puzzle, and we just have to get the right notes in the right order.
Yes!
Well, I didn't mean to do that. I thought there would be a magnifying glass just there, and I clicked far too soon.
Their blood is being drained by this infernal machinery. How can I save these children from such an atrocity? Their blood is being drained by this infernal machinery. This looks like part of the great machine, but I can't move it. She's half bug, but she still seems aware as a Cyclops. Who are you?
Gorilla. I'm surprised to see another Cyclops in the Hive, especially in the Queen's chambers. You seem familiar to me. Do I know you?
I am Grimwall.
The Grimwall of the war? But how can this be? It must be a sign from the Makers.
Where are you from?
The city, of course. I was part of Grona's research team before he betrayed us.
I don't understand. How did Gromna betray your team?
It's a little complicated, but I've managed to piece it all together. I can tell you the whole story if you'd like.
Why not? We have nowhere else we need to be right now.
I don't have much time, but I'd like to hear your story.
I'll keep it brief. After we were captured, the Queen was set to execute us, but Grona convinced the Queen to let us live. Although now I wish we had been killed swiftly, instead of suffering through Grona's so-called surgeries.
I don't understand. How does this surgery fit into the insectoid's plans?
It doesn't. Grona has his own agenda. He seeks to unlock the secret of immortality. The insectoids have a greater metabolism than us, so he hopes to merge the two species and then use cybernetic enhancements in order to live forever. We're his experiments, his failures. We've been assigned to work here until we die.
Why do you stay here? Why not just escape?
We are part insectoid. We must obey the Queen's will, whether we want to or not. I suppose it doesn't matter anyway. One of the unfortunate side effects of merging our two species is dementia. Soon I'll be quite mad, just like the rest.
What do you do here?
I tend to the clones, monitoring their life signs. When they are near the end, I must call for a drone to remove it and carry its body down to the furnace. Then another drone brings up another clone. I do what I can to make their short lives a little less painful. It saddens me to see them suffer so.
How does this thing work?
It's basically a large transfusion machine. Blood is drawn out of the clones and fed to the Queen.
Is there any way to shut it down?
Not that I know of. Gromna built it himself with some strange parts. Only he knows how it truly works.
This contraption looks very familiar, and so does this triangular piece just here.
I need something to stop this machine. Only then can I disengage and remove it. Graven's tools. A piece of machinery. I hope this is what Graven wanted.
Let's go and find out.
A sound generator. Huh?
Oh, great! Now I'm stranded here.
Sorry. This flimsy stuff wasn't made to support my weight. Crap. A piece of machinery. I hope this is what Graven wanted.
Be careful. Don't hit him in the face.
Oof! Where did you find this?
It was powering some type of machine that drained the blood out of the children and fed the Queen.
This is awful. How could I have been so wrong about Gromna?
DNA test cycle initiated.
Perfect! Second. No!
Molecular cohesion negative.
Damn it!
What is it?
It appears to be a miniature wormhole.
Where does it lead?
Nowhere right now. Think of this as a hallway with only one door open. Until another door can be opened, this doesn't lead anywhere.
What about the second missing piece?
That could be it. Wherever it is, you must hurry and find it before the peace treaty tomorrow. Something tells me that it's nothing more than a clever disguise for a more sinister plot.
Finds the other end of the portal. Stop a plot. It's as easy as that.
A sound generator.
we have just here a rope.
I'll have to climb up there somehow.
Well, there's only one real way to climb a rope, is there?
After long ages of waiting, the time has come. Today you assemble as outsiders, invaders. Tomorrow, your troops will sweep down upon the city in a murderous wave of retribution. For too long, you have known suffering. You have dwelt beneath the surface and watched your aggressors live in lands where you once lived. Will you remain underground forever? Can you endure this terrible injustice for one more day? Though I am one of them, I too have been oppressed by your enemy. They laughed at me and my work. The very work which has given you your new cybernetic enhancements. The technology which will mow down all opposition in the coming war. The work which will allow you to overrun the capital city of Frontera and assume your rightful place as rulers of this planet. Your planet! Your time has come. Tomorrow's end will see the end of the Cyclopean Age and the dawn of the Insectoids.
So what is he getting out of this? It seems like he was butthurt by his colleagues, and now he's trying to burn the world down.
Make your speeches now, traitor. You won't have breath for long. The Insectoid Queen. I will not rest until she is destroyed! Cameras, broadcasting Gromna's vile words to the enemy masses. An image of the Cyclops planet. I must not let these bugs destroy my people.
It looks like a globe of Earth.
These screens show the enemy horde cheering Gromna's speech. There are so many of them. Surely the Cyclops race will be destroyed unless I can stop the Insectoids.
Hang on. Are these people giving the Nazi salute? It sure looks like it. And this looks like an army marching. I'm not going to guess which army it is in black and white, as it's not very clear, but after seeing this one, I can only guess.
These controls are similar to those Gravin used to create the portal.
My God, that's it! All along, it's been so simple.
Could it be? My God, that's it! All along, the answer has been right here! Right in front of my eyes the whole time!
Now what? The whole damn hive will be bearing down on us any second now!
Hold on. I figured it out. The second piece serves as a compass for the wormhole. With this I can open a doorway anywhere. I'm setting the coordinates for the chambers of the Peace Council. When we tell them about Gromna, they'll launch a preemptive nuclear strike against the Hive. That's it!